Guys, and welcome back to just like welcome back to another video where I'm zooming in on the English channel for no apparent reason. Today is another video, yeah, another episode of What If Civilization started last started over. So, ooh, this is a map that I had to remake, so sorry if there are any things you see that are incorrect. If you see any that I fail to notice, except I like this territory control that I forgot to delete, except I noticed it, then comment below and tell me so I can get rid of it or fix the border or whatever. Well, anyway, me, me, I am going to um do stuff today. You heard me. Breaking news, I'm doing stuff today. Well, we are going to be introducing a new map layer, a major cities layer, so that there's more point in where people are directing their attacks during a war. And you might notice that these are not exactly yellow like one might expect. Let's put this down where civilization started. It's like a holy city. But because of the yellow country, so I can't have these be yellow. These twin cities here. They probably have these are like cities, and then there's gonna be some along the Nile. Not that many in inland Arabia, like maybe like there. And up here, and there. Well, I'm gonna be adding cities once I do something with that country in this episode. So, yeah, so their capital will be down here in the original city. Let me make that another layer so that we don't get confused. Another layer, the capital city layer. There, and the Somalian country. There. Okay, well, we'll do more cities later, but that's it for now. And we'll be taking a look elsewhere in Europa. Europe. Your the P. Europe. Well, I don't know why I'm saying Europe a bunch of times. But anyway, France will move these weird borders away. And begin. Begin what, you might ask? Expanding into the land that once belonged to Central Europe. Or Western Europe. I keep forgetting what this region is called. But anyway, they'll expand like that. And the European nations, here in the medieval times, are beginning to grow in power. Italy was already pretty powerful, but now France, Iberia, and England, which is new, are beginning to become stronger and stronger from expansion, including Italy, who will take the Switzerland area. But anyway, still look like that. You get rid of this border. England, up north, is going to move into Scotland, take up these islands, and move up here and take that, and take the entire island of Britain. Now, somebody from the Italian country in Lisbon will set sail off the sea, but they're not going to be arriving in America quite yet. That's later. But they land in this island, and another one, that same guy returns, goes forth and back, and eventually he sets sail again, going straight this time, and take these islands. And that guy for now decides that there are no other land masses to their west, but except for this, but they don't know about that, and returns back to the Lisbon area, saying that he's explored all the lands west of what's known. And actually, a lot of people believed him. So, yes. Um, the a new country will get formed by some mix of Italians, French, British, Greek, Turk, and Ukrainian people meeting up here in northern Germany and Poland and Denmark to form their own nation, which is a mix of all the other ones. And this is the first democracy in the world. Right now, everyone is oligarchies right now, I believe, except for the dark green country who remained a dictatorship. But now this is the first democratic country. And soon they'll meet up with France, which they weren't trying to do, but they're kind of hard at making maps right now. Well, they're not hard, kind of bad at making that maps, because it's like the medieval times, though they're getting better. And so they do this. This causes France and Italy to start grabbing up all the land here they can to stop the German country from getting any of it, which will look something like this. However, France and Italy are starting to come, well, more Italy, but also France because they're fairly new, are kind of getting too big. Yes, you heard me. But what are they doing about this? Is this what color is this? Is this oh, okay. Well, revolts are going to occur in Europa. And these revolts are not going to be good for France or um Italy. So the first one is here. It will make the Belgian country. The Belgian country, who also own Calais and other Belgish areas. Now, this is kind of separating this area from the it's loading. From the French. Which is going to cause something to happen once this is done loading. Well, let me also fix this border up a bit. It's going to cause something to happen. Something never before happened did. This area will break away and form its own country. I can't even tell where this is, like the southern German country. But it will also gain support here in Italy, causing Italian areas to break away and join it. And now I'm just going to call it the Swiss or Southern German country because I don't know what else to call it. So this is the Southern German country. But then the democratic German country will receive a revolt of its own up here in Sweden, where the Swedes will break away and form their own country and begin expanding north through Sweden, well, modern day Sweden anyway, not the my Wixo series Sweden, and up into Stockholm and into Glitch, yes. Norway, if it loads. Hey, this computer always does this. But I'll be right back. I need to pause it for a second. Oh, why is this computer so okay, and yep, I'm done. I'm back here now. But anyway, the Swedish will expand into the Norway area before, you guessed it, receiving a revolt of their own, where the Norway country will form and begin taking also more of the Nordic area. But more and more of Europe is now coming under the control of civilization, which is interesting. But anyway, over here in Asia, China will begin expansion into the Vietnamese area, mostly sticking to the coast. But once the coast is not there anymore, they begin tracing back into Thailand and take this area. And then an agreement is signed between the Chinese country and the purple country, where the purple country will get this area, the entirety of it, claiming it for themselves. Then a purple person, a sailor, will set sail and land on Sri Lanka, and they take off all this territory before the Indians can do anything. The Indians quickly land in the north and take what's left, increasing tensions between the sorry if it's doing weird like hashtag things, but I'm not hashtag checkers. But anyway, angering, well, worsening relations between the Lime country and the Purple country. But back over here in Europe, also the alliance map mode also got deleted, but I'll fix that in just a second. Well, not just a second, but after this episode, there's not anything with it anyway. So if I accidentally make a war between the two alliances or between two alliance members, I wasn't trying to in advance. Okay. Well, anyway, the a major event will be occurring here, and that is the collapse of the dark green country. Don't worry. Don't worry. It will still exist. Or will it? Yes, it will. So it will still exist. Don't worry. It's a country, okay? It will still exist. Kind of. Maybe. Not in its current state whatsoever. Sorry, but it's true. Don't know what that was. But anyway, they will completely own all this land. No, it should be sent. Here, this is also not staying the same. The heck, that's a weird glitch. But anyway, it will also be getting a revolution of its own, if you know what I mean. Where this will be splitting off from what remains of the dark green country, meeting up with the gold country, and owning all this. See if I can make the weird glitch happen again. Yep, it's kind of happening. Yep. Just spin in circles a bunch of times and then watch it. Anyway, and the final country is, whoa, the Nord country. Okay, it's not a Nordic country, but it's in the northern part. And what remains here is this, which is going through civil war. Pretty bad episode for the dark green team. But anyway, a revolution will occur that cannot be stopped. Just kidding. Probably can be if you do it right, but it's kind of looking not good. The dark green team in this revolution. Now, these are pro-democracy rebels, and they begin taking hold in the country and abolish what is left of it, which all become the dark green team, but it's democratic. The new dark green team government will leave their alliance with the blue team. I believe they were in alliance with them, and also a whole bunch more countries here in the Caucasian, Southern Russian, and Central Asian region that we didn't have before. But anyway, over here and elsewhere in Africa, a pretty interesting thing for Morocco is occurring. Morocco begins to exist more. Now, Morocco split off from Italy last episode, and they begin their around the world. Okay, not the world, the Sahara. And because, why not? Well, no, there are a lot of reasons why not, but, what else are they supposed to do with their life? Just sit around. You could do that, but they don't want to. So they take all this territory and say, whoopah. And then over in Norway, they will expand to take the coast that should have belonged to them 12 hours ago. And they'll take it and take it and take it till they can't take it no more. Actually, they could, but they're not going to because there's a Swedish country that's coming. Yeah, it's just, yes. Don't know why I'm doing weird accents. Or making that weird noise. Just am. Anyway, the Swedish country will block the Norway country from expanding anymore. And this will cause the Norway country to be like, blah, 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 we don't like you anymore. Not that we ever really liked you at all. We literally revolted from you and sent boats up here, causing a rivalry between the Swedish and Norwegian nations. And then something happens that will change their rivalry forever. Sweden finds some islands and then finds a quite larger island and begins taking it over. And Norway's like, hey. And so they send people take over the Swedish island, and the Swedish don't notice. And then the Norwegians land on what they think is the large island. And they're like, this doesn't fit the descriptions that the Swedish are giving it. And then they realize they're talking about this island down here and land on it and begin taking it over. But because they came a little too late, Swedish will get a majority of it. Even though Norway got some pretty populated areas in our modern day, this is not the modern day and there are no people there, so. Sweden will also discover Ireland and get some on the western coast. Norway will also land, and then Britain realizes that That's an island that's next to them, and they're like, neither of you should be here, and jump on and take what remains of the island, though they aren't too happy with it, even though they got a majority of it. However, the Norwegians are like, haha, here's another island that we already discovered that we can race the Swedish to claim, and begin taking it over. And the Swedish are like, hey, dib, dib, it's our island. We went there first, blah, blah, blah. And then they land in the area that's more hospitable than the area Norway's in and take it all before Norway can. And claim the southern part. And then take this. And they're like, you can have the rest of it. We don't want it. This is the better bit. Little do they know there's a lot of resources up there, but um like oil, but they're not really using oil right now. Well, maybe a little. Well, no, I don't know why I said that. Using like kitchen oils, but I don't think that you can find that in the ground in northern Greenland. Maybe you can. I don't actually know how kitchen oils are created, but olive oil is created from olives. Why am I talking about oils? Well, anyway. Norway will land in the southern part of this island, begin taking it over, and they're like, "Hey, the Swedish aren't even here. This is great. No one will ever take this from us. Not even the Swedish." And then Sweden is like, "You said that too soon, Norway." And land. And the other part of Svalbard, I believe this is called, and take it over, including this tiny island that Norway didn't even know existed, and also these tiny islands. And also this part in the north that Norway hadn't claimed yet, dividing a lot of the northern islands of the world between Sweden and Norway. Also, this is the closest they've come so far to landing in North America, but that's not gonna happen ever. Just kidding, not in this episode. Right? Is this what their color's always been? Don't think that's what their color's always been. Dark green country like annex them? What? I am utterly confused. This is, wasn't this their color? Confusion? Well, I'm just gonna color it in this color because I think this was their color. They definitely were not the same color as the dark green team, who doesn't really exist anymore, should I say. But Chinese country will land in Chinese Taipei. Just kidding, I consider that Taiwan, but they will go to the southern part of all the Shanghai river thingamajig and claim more of the coast that belongs to them now. And that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.